B team for life.
Good morning. It's Monday, January 12th, 2026. The Anti-Hero broadcast is the news entertainment broadcast for all first responders, veterans, and blue-collar Americans. This show is brought to you by Human Performance. Go to hp-trt.com. Use promo code HERO. Save 20% on your testosterone, GLP-2s, peptides, DECA, and Anavar. You can be prescribed DECA and Anavar by a medical doctor. So go to humanperformance.com, use promo code HERO to save 20%, not just on your initial purchase, but every single month. And GhostBed. Go to ghostbed.com/antihero. Save 10% on their already ridiculously low prices. Everything from pillowcases, mattress toppers, cooling patented technology sheets, and their award-winning mattresses. If you got to replace some bedding in the house, go to ghostbed.com/antihero and you'll save 10% on your entire order, and it'll tell them that we sent you, and it's a huge help. They have 60,000 plus 5-star rating and reviews. Nailed it. In-house customer service, all handcrafted here in the United States and Canada. Free shipping, free returns. Ghostbed.com/antihero, save 10%. And Elevated Silence. Go to elevatedsilence.com. Use promo code antihero15. Save 15% on your can. They got everything from 22s to 50 cals. You need it, they got it. Tell Jim that we sent you, and you'll save 15% off your can. We got to have Jim back on the show at some point.
Yep.
We got to cover more 2A stuff.
Yes. And don't forget to check out Patreon, because tomorrow's show is Patreon exclusive. So don't forget to join our Patreon. There's also special announcements in there. We announced a guest for Wednesday that's only available on Patreon right now. So Wednesday, Friends Day guest has been announced to Patreon. Everybody else will have to guess who it is on Wednesday. So don't forget. And don't forget to go to antiherobroadcast.com. Check out our store for our merch. It's up, running, shipping, and everything's running smooth.
Can we give a hint? Can we give a hint?
Yeah, I mean, we can do a hint. It's
Wood chipper.
Yeah. Cap.
If you're in our Patreon, you already know. So, and tomorrow's show is only Patreon, so make sure you join.
Let's see here. Reflections. The only really reflection we have is Rob O'Neill updates. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, you forgot the little thumbnail thing. It's okay. I just spent time making it. But we got to make it so where it's not huge. Go to see it up there. Nope. Media assets. Nope. Right.
It's his first day. Relax.
Yeah.
It's his first
there.
day.
Yeah. Dun, dun, dun.
It's his first day.
We'll work on it and get it smaller so it actually looks like a
easy fix. We'll just do it later, though.
Yeah, we'll do it later.
I don't know if we can make his head any smaller. I'm sorry.
I go, hey, Lewis, did you send K9 the link? He goes, not yet. I'll do it later.
I'll do it later.
All right.
Yeah. Doing it right now. You gonna play the video?
Yeah, I mean, so what happened was our lawyer, Tim
Palatore.
Is it Palatore?
Palatore.
Yeah. He's the lawyer for Eddie Gallagher, Sean Ryan, and another prominent Navy SEAL. Andy Stump, I think is his lawyer. We obviously reached out to him because of his expertise in that world. We needed a lawyer that
understood the SEAL teams.
Yes,
first
understood everything we were going through, and so we hired him, and we posted. He went on, and which was kind of surprising to me. I wasn't against it, but I was not expecting him to come on there and give the game plan. But
that's Sean Spicer, by the way.
I don't know who that is.
Sean Spicer was Trump's first press secretary.
Okay. Yeah, and he went out and laid the game plan, and I was talking with Heather, and she's like, that's how cut and dry this thing is that it's literally,
I can literally tell you
how
exactly what I'm going to do.
How bad of a decision it was for Rob O'Neill to do this. He literally put the whole blueprint in front of the entire world and said, this is how it's going to go, because it's that easy.
Well, I think he's throwing a Hail Mary, and there's another Navy SEAL that jumped on this in the comments of this.
Oh my
that I think is throwing the same Hail Mary. It seems like guys that are going to be irrelevant. You know, I mean, you don't care if I talk about it, do you?
No.
Okay, so Dan Crenshaw jumped in to criticize the attorney.
Hold on, let me send the picture.
And it's, I believe Dan is very soon going to be irrelevant. I think he's going to lose his reelection. It looks like he's on the way out. Any sitting congressman who has no worries or not worried about anything is not going to be throwing Hail Mary, trying to come on this
engaging
show,
with us,
engaging on lawyer talk and podcasts, and threatening Sean Ryan. Sean Ryan's one of the most popular dudes in podcasting and in the team. It's like you can't go at him unless you really have some something substantial. This back and forth about he canceled. Sean doesn't need him. Sean doesn't need to talk to him. Sean doesn't need to say anything to him. Sean's fine. Dan seems to be, he needs the light. He needs something. And it seems very similar to what Rob O'Neill kind of did.
I mean, and remember, Tim was not talking about Dan. He was talking about Rob, and Dan made it about him.
Well, of course he did. Like I said,
how would you know what's good for the SEAL teams?
Yeah.
And you know what's funny is that I don't have any issues with Dan Crenshaw. I definitely don't hate him the way other people. Lewis, I sent you a screenshot right now to the email. Whenever you get that picture, if you could put it up. I don't have any issues with Dan Crenshaw. I really don't. I mean, I know, like I said, a lot of people don't like him. Like, I don't know one person that likes him. I think I've seen a comment once that said Dan's not that bad of a guy.
I don't think he's that bad of a guy. I don't have any problems with him.
I mean, I think it's the trading that I'm from what I'm reading. Dan Crenshaw clearly was involved in insider trading, like 100%.
That's what everybody says.
Allegedly.
And so
we asked him about that, and he came up with, and I think
asked him.
I pressed him a little bit about that because it's like saying, you can't have money in somebody else's name and another account or be fun. I don't have any money. Here's my account. It's like, okay. Like you guys can't have other accounts. You can't make money. I mean, it's what are we in Minneapolis? We lost $8 billion.
Yeah.
You can hide money. So it's like to just say, I told you so. Look at my account. I don't have that money. Well, why is everybody saying it? And why is everybody,
Well, what you were looking for, like any human being, is Mike. I absolutely have never ever abused insider trading once in my life. Not me, nor proxy, nor nothing. I have no account. You kind of looking for that?
Yeah, that wasn't the answer. The answer was, well, here's my one account and look at it. This is exactly what I do. And it's like, you didn't answer my question.
Yeah.
So
I mean, one of the hardest things in the world to do is lie to some fucking veteran cops because you guys just assume everybody's lying.
Especially Mike. He's seen the lies of all a scope of lies.
Yeah, it's a simple question. It's a simple question. It's like when I answer a question, it's very, and that's what we do. We set them up. Yes, questions to get to the big question, but he would never. I even asked him, have you ever done anything wrong in your life? Like, have you ever broken a window and didn't tell anybody? Did you ever steal a pen? It was like, I'm a hero. I've never done anything wrong. Everything I say is right. And it's like, that leads me to believe that you're covering for something.
Here's, this is the same thing that I run into all the time. How do you look at these guys and go, I believe your character service was great. I mean, let's be real clear here. The guy lost an eye and a good part of his fucking face fighting the wars for our country. I'm not taking that away. But I can look at you and go, that was a great thing you did as an American and as a warfighter. That doesn't mean you're
capable of doing other things.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I don't see the severity of it because I don't trust any politicians whatsoever. And so Dan Crenshaw, to me, is just doing the same thing all politicians are, but I do believe that there was expectations of him to be different, and he wasn't.
That's what I was going to say. I'm going to say when you are a police officer, you're a war hero, you're a Navy SEAL, it's like, okay, everybody's insider training illegally. Come on over. You're supposed to have that character that you're above and beyond. You did things most people couldn't do. Like, I'm not going to participate in those things. If otherwise you're not a Navy SEAL anymore, you're just a politician,
right?
You can take the Navy SEAL part, but you were a mechanic, you were whatever, you did a different job. Now you're an elected official. You're acting just like every other elected official. You're not upholding the standard that you claimed was so important to you.
I think that the best way to describe it is if you guys get in trouble, the first thing they're going to say is former police officer.
Yes.
Okay.
That's very true.
Yeah.
And so with Dan Crenshaw and with anybody who was in the SEAL teams, the first thing they say is former Navy SEAL, whoever.
It's the you're held to a higher standard.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
And the expectations of the public is higher
for your entire life.
For the
you could be a 1-year cop that didn't make probation, get fired, and then rob a bank 3 years later. They're going to say former officer so-and-so.
Exactly.
Even though he didn't make the program, he didn't graduate, he just had that title for a short period of time. It juices up the story. It makes it sound a little better. So,
all right, you got Dan Crenshaw's comment up there?
Yep.
All right, I can't read it. Can anybody read that?
Jimmy can.
Give me 1 second as soon as the...
he made it super big.
Ooh. Oh, wow.
I
Okay.
still really can't.
I can read it.
100-inch TV.
All right. So this is the comment from Congressman Dan Crenshaw.
And set the platform. This is a video completely not involving Dan Crenshaw.
No, this was a reel that Tyler
made,
cut.
and he tagged Eddie. He tagged Eddie, right?
No, I didn't even tag Eddie.
Eddie ended up in it after the fact.
No, this is Tim's story.
Okay.
So I tagged Tim.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I collabed with Tim, our lawyer, in it, and he accepted it. And then Tim went and posted this and collabed with Eddie.
But never was Dan
Crenshaw. Because you want to know
mentioned.
why I didn't collab with Eddie? Because it had nothing to do with Eddie and Dan Crenshaw.
But it ended up there. Okay.
All right. So Dan Crenshaw, the congressman from Texas, says the O'Neill saga aside. Okay, well, that's what this is about. So this is why, by the way, I was like, hey, can I engage with this? And, you guys were like, Matt the suit said, no, that's not a good idea. This is not about Dan Crenshaw. This is about Rob O'Neill and us. And I went, okay, roger that. But I'll say it here. The O'Neill saga aside, well, that's what this is about, Congressman. This half-wit lawyer has no business talking about what's good for the SEAL teams. Okay. He represents a liar and coward, Sean Ryan. So now we're making it about himself. He misled the public about the communications he had with my staff and my attorney in order to help Sean Ryan save face while he backed out of our interview like a total coward. No one should care what Palatore has to say.
I don't follow this drama. So I remember the Sean Ryan, Dan Crenshaw lawyer emails were put out there, and like it was 14 slides. I'm like, dude, I don't have the fucking time of day to worry about 14 slides for our show, let alone some other shit. So I don't know what happened, who backed out of what. Everybody points fingers. Dan would never go on unless it's on Hinter, but then he said Sean Ryan made terms and then backed out.
Yeah, it's so ridiculous. First of all, like trying to explain this to my father who was in special operations, I felt like that fucking meme where he's like looking at the board, from Always Sunny, like trying to explain all of the interwoven crap that was in this.
But even the attack was whack because he's representing like special ops guys against a Navy SEAL.
Yeah.
So you have to talk about it because Rob O'Neill's a SEAL.
Mm-hmm.
He filed a lawsuit. He's defending you guys against Rob O'Neill. So how does he not talk about? So it's like the insertion of Dan Crenshaw about don't talk about the SEAL. It doesn't make sense. It's just it's an effort to get his name on the bottom of some comment and have some traction.
And I mean, I have talked to some dudes in the SEAL teams, and the thing that a lot of Navy SEALs have is like, unless you're a SEAL, you can't talk about the SEAL teams. But not all the SEALs feel that way, especially when you're talking about stuff like this. That's like, this is court drama. This is court drama. This isn't, you're not talking about tactics or operational procedures or after action reviews
that they don't do.
But
they lie.
I said, yes,
allegedly.
That was a layup. That was a layup.
Yeah.
I laid that one up for you guys. But it's like, I get it. He wasn't. He was talking about a lawsuit and why it was bad tactics.
Ostensibly, he is correct.
I love it, dude. Jimmy, there's never been an episode where you have not dropped a word that I didn't know of. Like every episode,
I swear to God, I'm not doing it on purpose.
Yes, there's no way. There's no way you're not.
Dude,
doing
I
it
use that
ostensibly.
Ostensibly. It's ostensibly.
No idea.
All right. What's that? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to use context clues.
From now, hey Lewis. From now on, when we hear that word and we start talking about it, you got to look it up and find out what it means.
Not right now.
Next week.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
I'll
do it later.
Yeah. So, Tim is completely correct. This is not a good look for the SEAL teams. Most importantly, because some of these guys are still operational in some capacity. They may not be, out there at damn net kicking down doors anymore, but the guys on that raid, a lot of them are still working within the U.S. government. And a lot of them, even more so, don't want to have to talk to everybody.
Do you guys want to play the video?
Yeah.
You guys want to?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And Rob O'Neill, former Navy
You're good.
SEAL, has largely been credited with killing Osama bin Laden. My understanding is he is going after a group of people who dispute that claim. You represent those people, correct?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And so he's going to sue them for defaming him.
Hmm?
What's the case that your team is going to make against Rob O'Neill?
This is a terrible tactical error by Rob O'Neill, because it has been well known through the SEAL teams, and particularly in Dam Neck for years, that he's taking credit for something he didn't do. And so he filed this defamation lawsuit saying, that anybody who says that he didn't take the shot, is defaming him, even though he admits in the lawsuit that there is another book that came out before his, written by Matt Bissonette, which tells a very different tale, that he was not the shooter. And then he attaches to it several statements from people that, supposedly are backing him. And yet when you read all the statements, they all say essentially the same thing. Rob O'Neill is a great guy. I wasn't in the building, but I know he shot bin Laden because he told me he shot bin Laden. And so what we're going to do is we're going to be able to put forth a defense of statements of people who were in the building to say, I was there. He didn't do it. His story is false. So, it's one of these bizarre things. Honestly, I kind of feel bad for Rob, because I feel like he was probably misled by a bad lawyer telling him this is a good idea without explaining to him how the system works and what he's going to actually have to prove in court. Because you can't just go into court and say, I shot bin Laden and all my friends back me up because they all heard me say it. You're going to have the people that were in the building come in and testify about what happened.
Well, and that's the question. Are they, or is the military going to have to open up records, or are they going to say that's classified?
Well, so what my intention here is to take the publicly available information and take, certain statements from individuals and use it in the context of an anti-SLAPP motion, strategic lawsuit against public participation, to end this lawsuit before it even gets to discovery. Because let's be honest, the fight over trying to pull in all of these, operators to, put them under oath to talk about a classified operation they did is a mess. It's bad. It's bad for the SEAL teams. It's bad for the operators. It's bad for Rob O'Neill. And so why?
When this first happened, with the first conversation I had with Brent, I was like, are they really? Is the military, the SEAL team, SOCOM, all these
maybe Warcom, but
Warcom, are they going to allow this?
Way. No way.
No, they can't. And
it's
like
a top secret mission. You can't just go,
well,
this guy
over some stupid ass civil lawsuit.
No. Yeah, there is still some precedence for getting information on classified operations with FOIA requests. There is also subpoenas, because remember, this is civil, but also I was surprised that he brought up that this was going to federal court.
Well, no, that's been the plan the whole time.
I was
you're surprised he said it.
Yeah, I was surprised that he was like,
the reason why this is going to federal court is because New York, where it was filed, is a liberal place, and it's unknown how they'll handle it.
I think
their judges are elected by the people because it's New York, and the jury is going to be a New York jury and all that stuff, where if they move it to federal case, all the same New York rules apply, but they're appointed judges.
Well, there's also the issue of and I think this is where Tim was coming from, is that Rob O'Neill resides in Montana.
I kept telling people that. I don't know how the fuck this ended up in New York. He's got another house.
Yeah. So Rob O'Neill resides, his permanent residence is in Montana.
Yep.
We are here in Florida. And that's across state lines, which, if I'm not mistaken, and y'all are the guys that have done more of this, that makes it go to federal, because
this is civil. Me and Mike literally have very little experience, if any, in civil cases, but especially one like this where it's Montana, New York, and Florida. That is, you're right, another reason why it was pushed to federal.
Lawyers in New York, right?
Yeah, one of the Steins.
That's why it's filed in New York.
Yeah, so
he's probably never mind.
Yeah. All right, well, keep playing.
Home field advantage.
Why he thought this was a good idea is beyond me. So we're going to try and get this thing dismissed before we even get to discovery, so that we can. And one of my major goals here is not only to make sure that the truth is told, but also to protect the other members of the team that Rob O'Neill has decided to put at jeopardy through his own stupidity.
Do you think, though, in the course of this, because I can see Rob O'Neill potentially saying, I don't want to litigate this for whatever reason, is the goal to get him to back down or to reveal who truly shot bin Laden?
He's the one that sued. He can dismiss it anytime.
That's a lawyer.
He could dismiss it this afternoon and the whole thing goes away. I think that, politically, I think he's overcommitted to where it's very difficult for him to be able to back down and maintain any credibility.
Yeah.
But, my client has no ability to make this thing just go away. He's not going to pay.
Pause.
Rob.
So there was some things about that. So there's some theories on why, how, when Rob decided to drop this lawsuit. It was directly after Brent Tucker on his show, the Tier 1 podcast, said he must be lying because he would have sued me by now. And Rob put that as it's not really a theory. Rob put that in his lawsuit, that the reason why I'm doing this is because Brent Tucker said this on his show. So therefore he's forcing my hand.
Let's be real clear here. Brent Tucker was an operator for a very long time as well, and he is not a stupid man. I mean,
one thing I won't touch on when they're going to go into it here is that Brent's training and experience leads him to believe that Rob is being untrue. That I'm not going to touch on because I don't know if that will legally stand in a defamation court case. It's not one of our It's not one of our most important points as a team that we're using. I think Tim just kind of wanted to go, and of course, you get a client as a Delta Force guy. Like Tim's able to say, I represent Eddie Gallagher, Andy Stump, Sean Ryan, and now Brent Tucker. So someone that watched this said, why doesn't he reference, unfortunately in the world we live in this drama world, Tyler and Jimmy don't hold enough weight, but a Delta Force guy is
he's going to go, who? Tyler, who? Jimmy, what?
No, not our lawyer.
Yeah.
Our lawyer's not going to.
I mean, the average person that's going to listen to it's going to be like, okay, well, at least maybe know about this guy.
Yeah.
Not.
It's just you get to say I represent a Delta Force guy. That's in the news. So go ahead and keep it going.
And so he's going to continue pushing forward to try and get this thing dismissed based on a defense that he was telling the truth. And here's another thing. Rob O'Neill's a public figure. He wrote a book about this. He goes on TV all the time. He's made tens of millions of dollars through books and speeches and everything else, telling everybody that he killed bin Laden. And under the law of defamation, you have to show actual malice, that the person speaking there knew what they were saying was false or acted with reckless disregard for the truth. You have a second book written by Matt Bissonette that was published before Rob's book that says that the point man shot him. You have all sorts, and by the way, my client is a former Delta operator, and so he also knows the tactics of how you do these building clearings. And so just simply reading Rob O'Neill's story, it works great for Hollywood, but it doesn't work great for Tier 1 operators to know how these operations actually go down. It's very easy to see, where the falsities are in his story. And so, but even setting that aside, if you have two books, one book that says A, one book that says B, and you come out and you give a podcast where you say, you know what, I've read these two books, I think this book is more credible. The author of this book cannot possibly legally sue you for defamation and win. I mean, just based on that one tiny little principle that.
So he's absolutely right. We talked about that. Mike has been driving this home ever since the lawsuit came out, is that we are literally regurgitating something that's been out for over a decade.
Somebody already wrote it.
Somebody
wrote it and said it wasn't true.
If somebody does a book review,
you repeated it.
Are they going to get sued? Like, I reviewed the book by Marco, aka Matt Bissonette, and blah 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 blah.
By that logic, I mean, and I'm not advocating this, by the way, but Marcus Luttrell could sue Sebastian Younger, because Sebastian Younger talks about what happened up on the mountain in Operation Red Wings.
Yeah, he could sue 40 people.
Yeah,
he could sue us.
Yeah, he could.
I mean, O.J. Simpson. Everybody, that's my old go-to. It's like we all watch the trial, and when I watch the trial, he's guilty. They found him not guilty. If I say I believe O.J. Simpson's guilty, can he sue me for saying I think he's guilty or that he lied, that the whole thing's a lie? It's like, you know, and the key point there is proving that it caused him problems. Well, if he made tons of money, like this little podcast that he makes fun of, and the ass hats and sunglasses,
shut the fuck up. The operator's
like so bad. No, this is a public stunt. This is a falling out of the limelight.
Well, and the issue is that Tim's saying we see your public stunt, and now we're pretty much going to force you to either back down publicly or be an idiot and go forward with this. Like those are Rob's only two options after this video came out.
And let's also be very clear. There are people in the military right now that are having to waste their time thinking about this civil lawsuit instead of doing things like going into Venezuela.
Mm-hmm.
That is egregious in my mind. Of all of the things that this is doing,
poor little Rob wanted to cry
because Rob is upset about something, and he doesn't like me because I hurt his feelings allegedly, and he doesn't like you for sitting there with sunglasses listening to Brent Tucker.
Why not go after, like there's bigger names out there? Why didn't you go after those people? It's like it's just all and on the eve of Veterans Day. Like,
I know,
come on, dude. This is a WWE fucking skit, man. It's like I can't believe it's real. Like I can't believe. And I know he's delusional because, like I told you, he engaged with me in the comments and said something very specific that he had to have known who I was. And then when I called him out, it started talking in the third person.
Yeah.
Oh, Rob, it was his podcast. Oh, Rob O'Neill has no idea who you are. I'm like, you just brought up something so specific to my life that you have to know who I am. That proves the dude's a liar right there. And he's drunk, probably, allegedly, talking in third person on his podcast page to some dude that.
Well, it's not alleged that he has been caught several times intoxicated in public. He's been
incarcerated for 2 alcohol-related incidents.
Yeah.
Yes.
So let's finish this.
There is another book out there that tells a different story, which people are entitled to their opinion that this book is more believable.
Right.
That ends the lawsuit right there.
Okay. Tim, I look forward to seeing this play out. Thanks for giving us the insight on this.
All right.
Thank you.
Right. Stop the prematurely.
I like the press's answer. We get more press. I look forward to seeing this play out. Not good luck. Not hope everything works out.
Yeah.
Hope the suit gets dropped for your client. We get more free press. I can't wait to watch more.
I mean, when I think we talked about this, when you called me, I was 5 minutes down the road and you were like, hey dude, you got to come back. And I turned around and I came back and you were like, Rob O'Neill's suing us. Here's what's going on. And I was shocked for a second. And then I looked at you and went, this is going to be the best thing that ever happened to us.
Yeah, we were at Mission Barbecue.
Yeah.
You got the text message walking out of Mission Barbecue.
I got the text message in it. I just didn't really know what to think about it.
Yeah.
The hit piece.
And so, now that this,
and then I realized I've survived worse.
Yeah. We're gonna. All this is doing is putting the Antihero podcast on a bunch of other media outlets.
It is, but you know what?
I can't also even get the sponsor light to work.
It also signals what I think is a good thing for this. It signals the change, the transition. That all occurred under the old show, the old setup. That's like the send off, like. Right went his way. That was what this old show was about. Now we're going another way. It's kind of like the signaling of the change and where we're going.
So like this happened, and then like Rob thought he was going to be the Undertaker walking out and was going to put the nail in the coffin of everything.
Hey, all I know is I'm the cleanest guy in the room. I'm not getting sued.
Not yet.
Yeah, and what you brought up, Mike, again, you brought this up a couple of times, is the fact that Rob O'Neill does not care about veterans.
No.
He doesn't care about service members. He doesn't care that he's going to, his intention, whether we believe it or not, but on paper is to fucking financially ruin veterans. It's fine. Jimmy's done fucking 2 deployments just with the Army alone.
Yeah.
During OIF and OEF. I've deployed. Brent Tucker, I mean, the things he's done for his country. And then, so that's the veteran side of it. Not to mention, he doesn't do anything that doesn't fucking cost thousands of dollars. Rob O'Neill doesn't do any of this allegedly. He doesn't do any of that allegedly. He sells things to people rather than donate it to charities and have them sell it.
Signing helmets, he's signing this and that.
You're fucking Call of Duty nerds, fucking buy my shit. And then at the end of the day, now he's blatant disregard for active SEALs, people still out there. Now they're going to get drug into public scrutiny. I don't know if their names can be changed, their faces can be, I mean, they're SEALs. I
personally do not think the government is going to play at all. They're going to be like, we're not talking about it.
I've said
classified. It's civil. It's not like criminal. It's not anybody's going to jail. It's not a murder. It's not something that honestly, there's one person on earth. There's one person on earth that cares about this. Rob O'Neill. Nobody else cares. Nobody else cares. Nobody else cares. So they're not going to disrupt the entire classified document procedure or discovery for one dude who got his feelings hurt. They're not going to do it.
The problem is that, subpoenas, whether they're civil or criminal, a subpoena is still a subpoena, period. If you're ordered to appear, you're ordered to
I'm not
appear.
saying they won't.
Yeah.
But the government the fucking Patriot Act is still around. They can fucking tap your phone today for no reason. Yeah.
Other than America.
I'm glad I just brought that up because for the second hour, I got a really cool story about how that's going on right now. But so it's like they're not going to, come on, dude. With everything going on, there's one guy on earth that cares about that. It's Rob O'Neill.
There has got to be pressure on Rob right now to go, dude, fucking stop.
I think it was the day he did it.
Yeah.
But
dude.
Well, I mean, we've heard about this. I don't remember who told me, but the Department of Defense, who told me? Oh, it was
Yep.
They can fuck with your VA benefits and your retirement. That's how they still can go. You don't want to shut the fuck up? Okay. Then you signed all these NDAs. Now we're putting you under investigation. It has been told to me from a tier 1 operator, Delta Force dude, I believe in Montana, one of those states up there, told somebody at SHOT Show.
Yeah.
This was in reference to someone else, not even Rob O'Neill, that if they want to shut you the fuck up, they will shut you the fuck up. You don't have the rights to go out there and do what a lot of these guys are doing. And so if that's the case, and they're like, Rob O'Neill, we can't legally stop you from putting out a lawsuit,
we can make it,
but we can make your life hard because we're the federal fucking government.
Yeah. A lot of this stuff, first of all, let's be real clear. The Navy was very happy and the SEAL teams were very happy to have a poster child for at this point, second greatest special operations mission in the history of the United States, first being the one that we just saw. But they were very happy for that. And now it's starting to turn on the Navy. It's starting to become more of a headache.
Yeah.
And it would be very easy for them. Also remember, people can get recalled to active duty.
I don't know the rules on that.
Yeah.
I don't know about after retirement.
Well, he didn't retire.
He didn't?
He did not retire. He did 17 and got out.
What?
Yeah, that's one of the things that Brent talked about. Like, how did you do 17 and get out? Like, we don't know. We weren't there.
Why wouldn't you finish
the 3 years?
Well, if you can get medically retired, then
he wasn't medically retired.
We know that for sure. Allegedly.
He was not. He did not retire. He's not drawing up.
How do you know that?
Because he said it. Rob said it. I got out at 17.
But that doesn't mean he didn't medically retire.
It's not.
We got to be careful when we throw stuff out like that.
All right, I'll tell you what. That's fair enough, and I'll go look because that is the information that I've seen, but I don't have anything that I can put up on the screen and go, "Yep, he did not." He did not.
Look at me being responsible.
Hey, you're the boss.
Very responsible.
Hey, all right, we got to move on. We are going to sports with K9. We got him waiting on. Look at that. He's a lot better looking. A lot better looking than Rob O'Neill. All right, let's bring him in.
Yo, what's up, OGs?
What up?
Hey, screw Rob, man. Screw that dude. I don't even know him personally, but all the stuff I heard, man, screw that dude. I'll get in the ring with him. What's up?
So I did not. I fell asleep during the game last night, and I purposely
talk about that.
Did not me falling asleep.
No. Who won the game?
I purposely did not look at anything this morning.
Put it on me. Go ahead. Tell me.
You were right. You were
Okay.
right. Lock of the
All right,
year.
who won?
You were right.
New England won.
You were
Oh,
right.
of course it did.
Now we were back and forth. We were back and forth. He thought he had New England to win. He thought New England was
Yeah.
going to cover the 4.5 points, and I said New England's going to dominate, and their defense dominated that game.
It was low
Yeah,
scoring, but I fell asleep.
Yeah,
Who'd
I
they
really
play?
liked the under in
Chargers.
that game, but I thought the Chargers were going to keep it a closer game. I liked the Chargers getting 4.5, but that was the only thing I got wrong, man. I did the podcast actually yesterday morning with Mike's son. We did the locked up locks with Cottville and
Oh,
K9, and
Mike missed another show.
Oh,
yeah,
damn.
he missed
Imagine
another
that.
show. He was
I put
Okay.
another episode out last night, though.
Oh,
See that?
of
See
what?
my emergency
Just
broadcast episode?
off-brand,
Mm.
totally different new show Mike's
Go ahead.
doing
Go ahead.
called something
Called Views, Likes, and Engagement.
XXX with Copville.
No, it wasn't. Emergency broadcast.
But yeah, so we had to have his son fill in for him. So his son stepped up and filled in for him. But it was a good show, man. We were right about almost everything. So if you listen to us, you made some money last night or yesterday. So it was a good show.
So we have tonight the Steelers versus the Texans.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Did you guys talk about that at all on locks? I don't
No,
know
we
why I'm
didn't.
asking Mike to listen there.
No, I was actually saving it for tonight,
I'm
7
episode was
p.m.
good. Thank
Eastern.
you.
Yeah, we were
Good.
saving it for tonight for 7 p.m. Eastern for Counterculture Inc. Sports live on the Counterculture YouTube. Little plug in right there.
Yeah.
Sipo and I are gonna break it down, so we're gonna break it down live before the game starts, just in case some news comes out or some things happen. You never know what's gonna happen, but right now, last time I checked, the Texans are favored by 3.5 going to Pittsburgh to battle.
Really?
Yeah, to battle Mike Tomlin and Aaron Rodgers. So it should be a good game. Vegas is saying it's gonna be a close game, so it should be a good game.
I feel guilty wearing I am a Steelers fan. I've been a Steelers fan since I was a kid, but during the 2016 bullshit, I shelved the NFL out of my life. And I really didn't start getting back into it until about maybe like this year, I think. And so I know if I put on a Steelers jersey, Mike's gonna go, "Oh, you're a Steelers fan now, just
I was going
because they're in the
to be a
playoffs."
lesbian. I thought you might be a lesbian.
Why?
That's like
Wait, I've been seeing that. What does it do with that?
there's-
It's
it's a huge thing.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
like
Lesbians like the Steelers?
all of
apparently,
them. All of them. Yeah. You're like boy looking, like normal, like not long hair, like you're Subaru
Studs.
American. Yeah, you're
Studs.
studs. They're like
You're
huge,
studs. Yeah.
huge,
Full
huge
bikes.
Steelers fans. And it proves true. One of the few lesbians I knew at the sheriff's office that I worked with years ago was a Steelers fan. I'm like, there it is. It's all there. It's all there.
It's an underground fucking movement to be a Steelers fan if you're a Subaru American.
Yes.
Yeah, and I mean, we all love lesbians. There ain't nothing wrong with that, Go Steelers. Hey, they're fine.
so,
Go Steelers.
I was talking to Justin about what is Counterculture Sports going to cover primarily when football's over. Are you well versed in all sports?
Yeah, I'm a jack of all trades, man. I could honestly talk about anything at any time, anywhere, and I will talk your ear off. That's one of my, I guess, pros I have to my personality. I'm a bullshitter and I can talk, and I'm a salesman. So yeah, I definitely can. We have baseball, we're gonna have the draft. We have off-season stuff with NFL, coaches hired, coaches fired, basketball. So I'm gonna throw some hockey in there because I know you white boys love that hockey. So we're gonna get some hockey in there. There's
You're
gonna be
missing one-
combat
You're missing
sports,
one
UFC.
white boy sport. You're missing-
Golf.
No. NASCAR.
NASCAR.
He likes NASCAR. He's a
Yeah.
NASCAR fan.
No,
I
Hey,
love
February, baby.
NASCAR.
February's coming up. We bet on
February
NASCAR a lot.
15th.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, February 15th, the Daytona 500. I love NASCAR. That's when my white side comes out of me, my McCoy side comes out of me. Boy, I love me some NASCAR and some ice cold beer. So
You look like
Yeah.
you know who that country artist is, Kane Brown.
Yeah, a little
You
bit.
look kind of like you're definitely ethnic. I know it's Greek. I know it's Greek, but at face value, you look ethnic.
Yeah.
But you
Gypsy
kind of
Crusader wouldn't
you
like
give,
him.
you give a you give like a have like a lot of I definitely play white boy sports and watch white boy sports.
yeah, I get down with everybody, man. I'll get down with anybody. Color doesn't matter to me, and I take that as a compliment, man. No homo, dude's pretty good looking dude, so I'll take it as a compliment. I've said it before. I wear the camo hat when I'm working. You wear a camo hat out here, people trust you with their grass and their lawns for some reason, or just people trust
That
you
is
in
very
general if
true.
you wear
That
a
is
camo
not an
hat.
exaggeration. What
You
about
just
a flat
Or a
bill?
sombrero.
Yeah, no, you gotta squeeze it in a little bit. The more you have it squeezed in, the more they trust you. You gotta cut off
Yeah,
circulation
you
a
gotta put
little
a
bit.
little fish hook on there. Put a
Yeah.
little fish hook on there.
Oh, that
Or
might be
some
going
Bud
too
Light
far.
All
That might be
right,
going
man.
too
Well,
far.
let's we'll get to it. Thank you for coming on. Is there anything about tomorrow's or tonight's game that people should look for or look out for or be aware of?
I think if the Steelers get blown out, I could see something happening with Mike Tomlin, whether he
Really?
retires, if he steps away to go to coach another team, or anything could happen. And I'm really interested to see how Aaron Rodgers performs. It's been a while since he's been in the playoffs. I hate Aaron Rodgers being a Bears fan. Mama said Aaron Rodgers is the devil, and
Do you
I
think
want to see how.
Do you
Go
think he'll
ahead.
play another season?
No, I think you're watching his last. If he loses this year, I think you're seeing his last game.
I don't know. It's
I don't think
it's
so.
Aaron Rodgers, so he's gonna draw it out. He's gonna want to get attention. He's gonna make it dramatic. He's not gonna announce anything. He's gonna build it up. He might start a podcast, or he's gonna go on the Pat McAfee show. And the dude's a drama queen,
The
and
dude
it
is
what it
really
is.
good on podcasts. He's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, he is.
Because he's
Oh,
dry.
dude,
Yeah, exactly.
he's a character. Watching the game last week, I need to go speak to a therapist. I have a lot of mental issues going on right now. And one of the reasons why I kind of embraced it and realized it is because I started rooting for the Fool a little bit in that game, and I wanted them to beat the Ravens. And I honestly want them to go to the Super Bowl. I want them to go to the Super Bowl. I want them to play the Bears, and I want the Bears bear down. Maybe I love my Bears. I want the Bears to take them down one last time, David versus Goliath. I want them to wind up that slingshot and hit that MF right between the eyes.
All right. Well, tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Counterculture Inc. You will be able to watch Counterculture Inc. Sports live with K9 as he breaks down what he believes is going to happen tonight with the Texans versus the Steelers. Thank you, K9. Thank you for joining us. Get back to Karen's out there yelling at you. Later, bud.
By the way, I was right.
What?
Rob O'Neill did not medically retire. He stepped away because, quote, I no longer felt fear during missions and was concerned that my lack of adrenaline would lead to complacency.
What? But I don't understand. If you're a SEAL, you could be like, dude, I got 3 years left. I want to go ride a desk till retirement.
Yeah, I'm gonna go sit somewhere.
Makes no sense.
That's my
I want to
point.
go train.
Dude,
Put me out the range.
there's tons of ways that they keep. I mean, we did it in the conventional
But do you
forces.
think he knew? Do you think he knew, your opinion, that he had a potential gold mine on his hand with this thing, and he just wanted to get the fuck out of the military so they couldn't tell him what to do?
That is the thing that I think makes the most sense. The other side would be speculating about what was happening behind closed doors at Dam Neck, which none of us were there.
How long after the raid did he leave?
So the raid was in 2011, and he got out in 2012.
What? No way.
Yep.
And when did he write the book?
Let's find out. Let's do it right now.
Books take a year or two.
But he came out immediately and took credit for it.
I don't think it was immediate.
Okay.
No, he did a magazine first, and they didn't show his face. I think it was like Guns and Ammo or something like that, or Soldier of Fortune. And his book, The Operator, like he's the only one.
That D-bag Bill O'Reilly fucking wrote. Is that the one he wrote? No, he wrote Killing Bin Laden.
Killing Bin
Laden. All right, what we're gonna do is we're gonna front load our commercial break 10 minutes. We're gonna get a word in from our sponsors, the guys who keep the show going. A video from Vengeance, and we will be right back.
Over a century ago in 1910, the Flexner Report, funded by John D. Rockefeller and the Carnegie Foundation, re-engineered medical education from a holistic, whole-body approach, which appropriately treated the body as an interconnected system, to a compartmentalized approach under the guise of specialized medicine. They shut down or consolidated medical schools, marginalized naturopathic, homeopathic, and chiropractic medicine, replacing them with symptom management and synthetic drugs. Allopathy is a marketing strategy rooted in fear and manipulated science. This philosophy carried into veterinary medicine, resulting in over-vaccination, unnecessary surgeries, and manufactured food, just like they did for people. They call it care, but it's predatory and based in profitability. The truth? Toxicity, compromised immunity, and chronic inflammation. They're not fate. They're engineered. And so is your power to undo them. We built 3 targeted formulas to return the body to homeostasis for pets and people. To detox, defend, and restore. We are the correction to decades of corruption. We are vengeance.
All right, guys, but we know what time it is, right? We've come back from the commercial break, and you know I'm going to talk to you about Flatline Fiber Co. Now, I have this sheet, right? And I'll be honest with you, I freaking hate using this sheet. I use it as bullet points, and here's the bullet points. This company, Flatline Fiber Company, has been around since 2019. They've got some really good equipment. It's used by high-level military units, SWAT teams, police officers, pretty much anything that you're going to need to put on your weapon or on your fighting kit or duty belt, whatever you got, right? So they've got mag pouches, they've got dump pouches, they've got assault bags, they've got IFAKs, they've got slings, all of this stuff. It's really good stuff. It's made in America. It's got a lifetime warranty. So go over to flatlinefiberco.com, get yourself some good equipment. If you're looking at your gear and you know, like, I really need this freaking thing, good chance Flatline Fiber Co has it, and you can get 15% off. So use the code antihero15, save yourself 15%. Go ahead.
Ready?
Yeah.
Don't forget Violent Provisions. Go to violentprovisions.com. It is a law enforcement and veteran-owned operated apparel company geared towards the violent professional. They provide high-quality shirts, heavyweight hoodies, hats, stickers, and unique designs. Use code ANTIHERO for 50% off. Check them out at Violent Provisions on Instagram and violentprovisions.com. And our newest sponsor, my favorite sponsor to talk about, Goon Tape. If you're a tactical athlete looking for an edge, try some moisture-activated Goon Tape. It's made from ultra-strong blend of natural and synthetic fibers to help keep you on target and in the fight when work gets wet.
Yeah.
Soft tape for rough work. Go to www.goontape.com. And there is a code, I think, anti-hero, but there was a problem.
It's anti-hero 15.
Anti-hero
So
15.
there,
Okay.
that's the okay. So what if you're watching? That's the banner that Justin made for Counterculture shows. Lewis has a Goon Tape banner up, but he has not added the promo code, which is
Guess
anti-hero
he'll get
15.
to it when he wants.
Yeah, he'll do it tomorrow. But yeah, anti-hero 15, save 15% off of Goon Tape. I use it on my pull-up bars. I use it for. I'm not an avid shooter, so although it is on my Glock, I don't shoot that often, but I do work out, and it's on the dip bar, the pull-up bars. Like it's that type of shit is needed for when my hands sweat. I can't use the regular bar because I'll slip off.
Yeah, that's great for that. All right, can we go into some ice talk?
Oh,
There's
yeah.
a couple little things that happened.
But John Fleming,
new member
on YouTube. Thanks,
you,
brother.
sir. So obviously we had the shooting, and Dom and I covered it on the Wednesday show. We covered it. We're going to do some follow-up because I think Dom and I are going to disagree strongly about that. But let's talk Chicago PD, of all places. Their chief came out yesterday and absolutely endorsed ICE in their city, which
Really?
I did not expect. Against the mayor's wishes, the Chicago police chief said their law enforcement, kind of what we talked about, they're law enforcement officers. They're still part of the brotherhood.
Yeah.
We cannot leave our law enforcement officers high and dry in the city when they're enforcing the law. It's federal law. And he basically, in a nutshell, said we're going to support them, which Chicago is the first city we talked about where the watch commander said, don't go help the ICE agents
Yes, I
in a
remember that.
similar ramming incident where
remember
an
that.
agent got rammed, maybe the same guy.
Yeah.
Because that was, I can't hear it. I don't remember 2 other incidents like that. But so yeah, and so Chicago PD. Then you have the exact opposite. You have the Portland police chief on camera crying.
Oh, do we have that video?
It's out there somewhere.
Can we
I
watch
don't
it?
have it.
We're not gonna put a Subaru
Yeah, I
American
don't
on,
know. I don't even know why he's
on
a
this
fucking
fucking
pussy,
show. This
dude.
show's
Okay.
for the boys, not the
I mean,
I haven't seen
not
it.
the
Yeah.
lesbians.
somebody said
He's a
well,
lesbian.
isn't the mayor of Portland?
no, it's
He
Oh,
looks
it-
like a lesbian.
Yeah.
He acts like a lesbian.
but it just shows that it seems like Chicago gets the most heat, the most hate. We always talk Chicago, but here's they decided to take a stand, and they're like, we're going to support ICE.
Mm,
We're going to support
trend-setting.
law enforcement. Well, I mean, it's pretty fucking.
I mean, can you imagine
It's
if they were in like Polk County?
Well, the
Grady Judd would be out there
well, it's different, man. That chief is risking his fucking job. He's probably appointed.
risking his life is what he's doing. Let's be real.
You think
clear.
so? You can get that bad?
Well, remember,
could
and
be
I'm sure Mike's
suicided?
got it. No, I think there's people out there that are saying next protest we're bringing guns.
Who said that?
Protesters this happened this weekend. One of the protesters was shouting, "The next protest we're bringing guns. You motherfuckers are murderers." Like,
Here, I'll have that video here in a second, Lewis.
Yeah.
Just pay attention for the Portland chief. So, but I see like that's the right trend. That's the right way to go is that the Minnesota thing to me is caused by, well, George Floyd, that whole fucking debacle. But then now you have another incident where,
This is kind of like the kneeling thing.
yes, let's cry on camera or let's be upset about. I'll be honest with you. After seeing the Goods video and the cell phone, I'll say it. Is shooting a car going to stop them? No. Is shooting, and I said this, is shooting somebody 50, 100 yards away with a gun probably a good idea? No, you have a huge backdrop, your likeliness to hit, but is it out of the question? So by pulling your gun out and shooting that person that's trying to run you over, that's a reaction. I totally disagree that he put himself in the position, and I think that it is what it is.
That'll
do
stand
that.
up. It is what it is.
Don't. Well, I mean, going back
Sheriff
to
Dills,
Jerry
2026.
Jerry Worms.
It is what it is.
Comply, and then you have the Subaru American wife screaming at her to hit the gas, telling her to drive, go. That's all playing in her OODA loop, man. It's all going in her head. It's all
That's
like
a good one, dude.
yeah.
The first time I've ever heard
It's
anybody
all
besides me use.
it's all going in there, and it's like she's listening to bad advice, makes a bad decision. That dude was not getting in front of the car going, stop. He was simply doing his duties, and here comes a car running him over.
Well,
it sucks, but it's her fault.
You said it when we did the other podcast. You're like, we know for a fact she was detained because that
Finally,
Yeah.
that was one of the questions I had. There was no context to the stop, but the next day they released the fact that she was detained.
Mhm.
They, released-
lawfully detained.
Yeah. Do you have any? You have the video, Lewis, in the email?
It's coming.
While that's coming up, I have a question for the chat. We also have a super chat, by the way. But I have a question for you guys and the chat, which
I'm
is that,
interested to see where the email is.
do you think that
Oh,
this-
there it is.
this
Okay.
will-
All right. I was testing Lewis, but he's on point.
do you
It's on
think
the other screen.
do you think crying politicians is going to be a new
No, it's
no,
not.
hold-
They're in the old playbook, dude. They're in the old playbook. Even fucking liberals are like, and Democrats are like, dude, stop. That is fucking.
There's a lot of
gross.
cops that got on camera.
I mean
Ashley Smith and
Do-
cried about George Floyd. Cops.
Fuck them. dude.
Cops.
I remember every chief and every sheriff jumped on that bandwagon. I said, you
Yeah,
guys
on
are
their knees.
prematurely jumping on this,
Yeah,
dude.
Vero Beach Police Department back home. They got a picture of them all kneeling on the front steps.
yeah, they should have fucking waited.
Yeah, this is Portland. Portland chief.
Going to be a
Roll it. It's crying.
It saddens me.
What happened?
The sound box. Hold on. 10 seconds.
All right,
yeah.
hit it.
It just like abruptly stopped for a sec.
All right. Okay.
That we even have to qualify these remarks because I understand, or at
Oh.
least have attempted to understand through your voices, your concern, your fear, your anger.
That is some low T right there.
This information
The energy.
in no way is meant to disparage or to condone or support or agree with
That
any
dude
of the
got stuck in the
actions
locker
that
when he was-
occurred yesterday. But it is important that we stay committed to the rule of law, that we stay committed to the facts, that we stay a trustworthy and legitimate police department for all of Portlanders.
Portlanders. What a fucking bunch of shit.
I'm telling you,
The
man.
job is dead.
New Oscar
The job
category.
is dead.
Crying politicians. This is a new Oscar category. We're
yeah,
breaking
I mean,
ground here.
it is. It's fucking sad.
That's
dude.
what you're crying about?
No, he's not crying.
Well, I know he's pretending to cry about it.
But like I said, he's the old playbook, dude. Hey, they're all handing him do this, and he didn't go. That didn't work out very well in 2020. Let's not cry. No one wants to see a police leader cry. Angry, maybe, sure, but all of these speeches from these people, from the fucking Somalian daycare women to the fucking mayors to the fucking sheriff that has no authority to this guy, their speeches are awful because they don't believe in what they're saying. They're puppets. They're told to say this and believe it. And they're like, well, I know when I go on rants, if I truly believe something, it flows, baby, just like this. Where they're like, what am I saying? Okay, I'm doing this, but they have no teleprompter. So they just say vague words and they get, what do you call that?
Word salad?
Word salad, because you just don't know what to say. Like, I guess this is bad, but I got to cry.
Yeah, I mean, and together my words created will form sentences, and those sentences will turn into paragraphs, and I have to talk for another. I mean, like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah. All right.
Hold on. And then I got the Chiefs video coming in, but yeah, it's just that is supposed to be the top law enforcement guy, and that is supposed to be the backbone of the community. That's supposed to be the guy that leads all other law enforcement. So is it okay for me to go to a burglary and be like, oh, I'm so sorry, your stuff got broken into? Oh my God, I got to take this report.
God damn it. Let's be fucking real here. Okay. You guys wore the badge for quite a long time. Did you see some bad shit?
Of course.
Let me ask you a question, because I've heard
my
these
Chipotle
stories.
order wasn't half off once.
Yeah, dude.
I had
like,
to go to therapy.
How many fucking vehicle accidents did you guys work? Any?
Oh, I saw a bad one on the way here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
dude,
like little fucking kids fucking killed in the back of vehicles, child abuse, fucking rapes, all of the fucking worst of humanity, all of the worst. Just you're only interacting with people on their fucking worst days. And you know what I can't have you do? I can't have you losing your fucking professional bearing because you got emotional. I need you to do your fucking job.
Yeah, that's a good point, Jimmy, is the fact that the leader of this law enforcement entity, Portland Police, the leader, the guy that is their face, their leader, is crying. So now, do we believe that his officers cry like this when they actually hit?
There's good cops.
That's what I'm saying. The public perception is that you're right. If you have a cop show up to your call and it's the worst day of everybody's lives, what?
Clint, dude.
It's the worst day of everybody's lives. You can't have him crying, but yet the chief of police cries publicly.
I mean, I've been on some scenes, man. And my buddy, one of my really close friends, an emotionless guy, tough as nails, doesn't show any emotion. The only time I saw it was when he had to put his first canine down. And I've been on calls where I just look at him and he looks at me, and it's the worst.
Yeah.
And you both are like,
what are we gonna do?
You just look at each other and you just
gotta suck it up.
You just go back about your business. You have to continue. You got a family grieving. You got, we pulled a 17-year-old kid out of the river that got launched off a bridge. It was one of the worst calls I've ever been on. And it's like, you just look at him and you're like, we have to, like, I remember the family being mad at us because we're there. Like, you should have found him. You should have stayed. And you just have to sit there and be like, this family's grieving. I can't, when am I going to cuss grandma out because she's upset that her grandson's dead? It's just, and you're sitting there taking that heat and you're just like looking at your buddy and like, man, this is the fucking worst. Like the worst thing you could possibly do. The last thing you can do is start fucking crying. And then this guy's got no real connection to anything that happened. He's not involved in it. No
agency. I mean,
just come on, man. Come on, man.
Dude.
Stop.
I mean, I have to bring this up because Clint said it. Clint says my mustache is getting tighter.
Jimmy's been enrolled in art school, if you guys didn't know.
Yeah.
All right. The super chat said from unnamed 421, thanks, brother. Keep doing good work, brothers. This state trooper appreciate you guys. Thanks for taking the time to review my training footage when you can.
Did we review it, or do we need to review it?
You have it. Yeah, I think
have it.
Yeah, I watch a lot of video.
Is that the same? I'm pretty sure Mike has it because we've talked about it. Yeah, I'll tap Mike out.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, thank you for the support. And we got the chief of
Chicago
PD.
It's like liberal state of New
Sent
York.
me the same video though.
What?
You sent the same video?
No, I didn't.
Oh my god!
Or like it didn't went through. So
well, then you had to tell me.
I didn't want to interrupt you.
Oh, okay. You can. You're allowed to.
I mean, in the meantime, I mean, dude, like I vividly remember being told I'm going to tell you guys what happened on this thing. And then I want you guys to take a minute, talk amongst yourselves. And then I need you to go out and go back on patrol. Like, there's no fucking time.
Well, like Tyler says about going call to call to call to call, you might see that call and then you don't get to go home.
Yeah.
Like it's, you can't. It'd be like, you can go and, all right, let me say this correctly. If you have a mental health crisis where you see something that obviously it's mentally, you're done. You need to go home. So let me start with that.
Like a school shooting.
Yeah, anything. It could be anybody. It could be a trigger for anything. So I'm not knocking mental health but if it's something that is just bothering you, like things bother us, you have to get back at it. You can't be like, hey, I know we're short or we're down. I'm just going to go home for the rest of the day. Because now you're not only you're going to deal with your own thing, you're letting everybody else. That's why I never call it sick. I couldn't imagine putting everybody else at short. But that's the thing is now I'm relying on you. And we might end it by the Powerball billions end up on a similar call an hour later. That is an absolute catastrophe again.
Yeah.
And the worst call that we thought we were ever going to see is another one. And you have to be ready to perform over and over and over and over again. So,
I mean, look, I'm going to put you on the spot here, Mike. You lost one of your good friends and we're back at work. Like, hey man, this is what do we do? This is the job. Yeah. And yeah, okay. Well, we're not cops, but it was like, that mentality so hardwired into your brain, and it's in his brain and it's in my brain, that like it don't matter, man. Like my dad could die tomorrow and I'll be like, I'll go catch the next flight to his funeral, but I still got work to do. Like that's the way that these people operate. Anybody that risks their life on the regular especially to try and save other people or protect other people.
Is that video in yet?
Oh, I'm sorry. Because
no, not you. It's Lewis. Lewis is ready to show us he's got it now. But to your point to that, before you play the video, you're right. And that's why I don't talk about the stuff. I just don't, because it can be taken as if I'm trying to like brag or overdo things. But I do have the experience in dealing with a lot of critical incidents and a lot of terrible things, and all cops do. I'm not just it's not me specific. Everybody handles it different. There's a dark humor. That's why the meme page is so popular. That's mostly how guys deal with it, but not everybody does. And it's you can't stand in front of a fucking podium and cry.
I'm sorry though, but if you're gonna carry a gun professionally for a living, or you're gonna fight fire, or you're gonna be an EMT, or you're whatever.
Look at dudes that did fucking 20 years in the military and deployed multiple times. They have to come home. Like the narrative of our vets, like they can get disability, but at the end of the day, they still have to function in society. You have to get over it, or work through it. One of the two,
And first of all, but that capability is necessary for you to do your job. So to bring it home, to have the police chief up there crying like a man baby when his cops are out there last night working some fucking terrible ass fucking crash and had nothing to do but fucking go to the next call. It's fucking infuriating.
Yes.
And every time you do that, like fucking
yeah. And it's to bring home my whole TikTok thing and the social media thing is when you watch and we make fun of the guys with the blocks here and there, but the guys are out doing stuff. Who do you think is more capable, ready? The guy that's at the range every day, the guy that's doing jujitsu, the guy that's out doing warrants, or the dude dancing around like a fucking faggot in his class SRO office or in the hallway making these videos and ballroom dancing and all these cops meeting up to dance together? Who do you think is really more prepared to handle that critical situation and drive through and finish the mission? Somebody, the guy who's never thought about it dances, or the guy that's at the range putting in reps when nobody's around and fighting?
I'll go you one further. If you don't know their name, that's the guy I want. I do not want anybody. If I know who the fuck it is, if I know you from Instagram, I don't want you showing up. Dude.
Yeah.
Because clearly you've spent a lot more. I'm going to talk about you, Copville.
No, I know what you're saying. It's like the guys that get famous doing that. It's like, well, you're famous for dancing around. You're famous for skits. You're famous for these cop meetups that serve.
You're not Big Mackey, dude.
And what's funny is the one I shit on was the idea I had that they're sponsored by a company that does. I'm not even gonna say it. I don't pump it, but all the guys. I don't know why these companies think this is a good idea. Once everybody saw,
they don't know.
They think the views are important. They think the views are important because some guy has 700,000 TikTok, which I think TikTok followers are fake. I think it's all a scam.
Well, to be honest with you, until people like me and you get the size platforms that they do own it. They do have the most voice. They do have the most reach. And that's unfortunate.
I think it's misread by companies because, like we talk about, the loyalty factor of good people is better than 700,000 random fucking morons.
It's a business decision, though. It really is. I believe in small niche loyalty over big broad numbers. We've talked about that. So I believe, but they see it as 700,000 TikToks is a lot of reach.
If you're going to sell that tape that is for tactical purposes or some type of cleaning solution or something that goes with your everyday grind, do you think fellow TikTok cops, unless it's that fucking gay ass light, that guardian angel light or something that looks pretty, your TikTok cop crowd is going to not be interested in tactical gear or anything like that?
Here's what I would say. Hold on. Here's what I would say is that if I own the business, I would be like, I'm going to do both. And if someone wants to fucking shit on me for marketing, then that's on them. Like, I do believe in y'all's guerrilla tactics and the truth and everything, but y'all's reach is fucking awful compared to a TikTok cop and their reach. So I'm going to do both.
People buying it. That's what I'm getting at. I don't think
that's where I was getting ready to.
If I'm a TikTok cop and I'm selling, like, I work for so and so vest, and you're gonna, like, these fucking guys aren't worried about that kind of tactics.
I mean, like the guys that are worried about,
they don't even wear their vest.
The guys that are worried about goon tape and suppressors and tactical gear are not fucking dancing around on TikTok.
But you're right. I got to be real that if you're gonna get a video, it's gonna get to 5 million people every week, and it's a TikTok cop. By a marketing standpoint, you don't care who fucking buys it. You just want somebody to see it and buy it.
Yeah, unless that one page was so big, unless we grew and we were like, hey man, we are calling you out, then it would be a business decision for them to go, oh shit, okay, the same amount of people. Now it's fluctuated and it's went like this. Now I'll determine. But at the end of the day, I'm just trying to get out in front of people.
Yeah. Efren, I'm blocked by Guardian Angel.
All right, let's play that video.
Make this clear. Federal agents, ICE, HSI, are officers. They are agents of law enforcement. If you box them in with vehicles, it is reasonable for them to believe that they are being ambushed and that this could end in a deadly situation. And it's reasonable for them to use.
Are you sure this isn't when they got boxed in Chicago? We brought this up.
We never saw this. This was just sent to me.
All right, let's see.
I could be wrong, but this sounds really familiar. But he could just
this is in Breaking 911. This came out 20 hours ago.
Okay,
this is yesterday.
All right, keep going.
Force based on those conditions. Do not box in any law enforcement officer. You are breaking the law when you do that. And you are putting yourself in danger. Following law enforcement agents around. The question is why? What do you plan on doing? It's also reasonable for them to believe that you're eventually going to do harm to them.
Yep. Great statement.
If you ram any vehicle, especially that one that contains law enforcement agents, and that's any law enforcement, local, state, federal, county, and you do this intentionally, this is considered deadly force. Deadly force is anything that can cause great bodily harm or death. When you plow into a vehicle that contains law enforcement agents, you're using deadly force. And they can use deadly force in response to stop you. We need to be clear about these laws. We cannot become a society where we just decide to take everything in our own hands and start to commit crimes against law enforcement. It is a crime. You may not like what they're doing. I can understand that there's a lot of emotions out there, but that does not mean that you get to commit a crime, especially one that could lead to deadly force. We need to keep everyone safe.
So first off, that is what we need. You are pretty much saying that, hey, you might not agree with it. He's not even really saying he agrees with it. He's just acknowledging the fact that there is law. There is law and order. And in order for everybody to be safe, we have to follow that law and order. And that law and order is being enforced by law enforcement officers / agents, and they will be safe in doing so. So the fact that he even said there is no reason to follow them around with cameras, there's absolutely none. I could argue following local law enforcement, we sit there and defend those guys all day long, every day. And now it makes me think, why do we allow that when it's local cops? Because this whole thing's got me thinking, well, we say local cops can't do this. That means feds can't do this. And now everybody's starting to say common sense says people can't walk up to you with a camera because they're going to do harm. And you got people like me and Mike up here every time saying, hey, it's allowed, man. They're allowed to do that. You can do that. And now it's like, whoa, common sense states that someone doing that might not have your intentions.
I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like this was a disingenuous statement, and I'll tell you why. I don't think it's had anything to do with DHS or ICE. I think this is very much about his own cops. He's worried that doing this to DHS will escalate and it will eventually become his cops that are dealing with the same thing. That's fair.
I always say that the intentions don't change the message. So regardless of what his intentions are, it's the best message I've heard so far. Where in Minneapolis, they're crying, telling people not to listen. We don't have to do that. That leads people to act like the chick that got shot and think it's okay to do. My mayor's saying I don't have to do anything, I don't have to listen. So this message, regardless of the motive of the message substance is very good for the public to hear and say, okay, like, he's a black guy. Chicago's got a large black population. He's up there. He's telling us how we should listen to the police and just, and he's talking about a very specific thing. I'm not going down the whole First Amendment, all that, but he's talking about you're following these guys around for no reason. You're ramming, you're boxing them in. That doesn't seem very smart. It just doesn't seem smart.
How can we sit there and say, and eventually we are going to get to Iran at some point today, but how can we sit there and say, well, you can follow local law enforcement around with a camera, and local law enforcement just has to get the fuck over it. But federal agents is different.
He's suggesting it. I think he's suggesting it.
Suggesting what?
Not to follow them around.
Why can't he suggest it not to follow around cops? Local
they
cops.
really don't follow them around. I think most of your auditors just walk up to a station or walk up to a cop.
What about the one cop that was outside in his trunk and we had the whole debate?
Stand on the side of the road. Like, he walked up to him. He's not following them. That dude's on foot. He's talking about people in masses, like driving after the agents and just following them in cars is what he's talking about.
But you would say that, okay, so you don't think that you should be able to follow local law enforcement.
What do you mean?
Local law enforcement.
No, I mean,
that's what I'm saying. You have this weird in your head, and now you got to take 20 minutes and go,
no.
Where is the line?
So, okay, if you're going to a search warrant and you're getting the TAC team loads up in the stealth mobile and there's people waiting outside like paparazzi, to me, that's a problem. We're getting ready to do a tactical mission. There has to be there's an operation. Let it be like private citizen planes following the Blackhawks into Venezuela. Like, they're not going to let them get away with that.
Just take
so following is one thing that's different. He's talking about like they're chasing the agents in cars and going in. To me, that's wrong. That's some type of interference in the investigation. To walk up to a dude on the side of the road and say, "Hey, fuck stick, you're a cop, I hate you," I don't think it's the same. And you're holding the phone. It's not the same. Do I like it? No.
We can look at what they're doing and imply intent, especially when you're following them in large groups. And you've already put it out, and remember that I forgot to send it, but I have the picture because on the 21st of January, I may send this in, I may not, but there's a big protest that's coming. And let's be clear, like that's not going to be a good day for anybody. Yeah. So Stop ICE Terror, January 20th. It's nationwide.
Look at that. That's funny.
What?
Efren, I guess somebody made a statement about being posted on my page. And that's done in good, in the same intention. So like, hey, why are we dressed like this? Why are we doing these things? It doesn't make sense. Well, when Jimmy starts Iran, I'm out. I ran out. He's the only one I know. He's the brains on that.
So there's a little bit of updates in Venezuela, right?
Very few. Aside from the fucking sons of poverty down there that are riding around on motorcycles trying to, and like,
is it lawlessness out there?
It's not lawlessness yet because law is being enforced with fucking machine guns. Like, you want to talk about tyranny? You want to talk about something that you should be protesting?
So the vice president's still in charge.
Still in charge.
Wasn't there some kind of predictions that you said?
Yeah. I was. She backed down. So that's what happened this weekend. She basically was like, "Yeah, we're gonna definitely be working with the Trump administration," because he was like, "Hey, dude,
I thought we wanted somebody different in power there."
We do, but we've got to get them in. I mean, like
officially, we're gonna help them be elected.
That's who we want, and I mean, you got to kind of give them credit. They're kind of playing the long con on this, but eventually, it's going to get to a point where Trump needs the administration needs something big to, we call it casus belli. It's Latin. It means
cause that's what I call it too.
Yeah. He needs a casus belli. He needs a cause for war. He needs something that they're doing. And right now they're not doing enough for him to be like, that's it. Fucking 82nd. You're getting it. You're getting both barrels. And so far they're kind of playing ball. And so is like a lot of the people around the region, like Colombia, especially, like changing their tune. So it's like, okay, well, you're kind of slow rolling this, but the slow roll is only going to last so long. It's going to be like, hey, dude, we've got to get the people to stand up and like go, hey, get the fuck out, get gone. And once that happens, they'll have two bitter choices. They can either crack down and, the JDAMs start dropping and, they look up in the sky one night and it's, why can't we see the stars? Oh, there's a lot of little round things up there coming down, landing on our airfield. Or it's going to be like, hey, we're going to have a peaceful transition of power, which is what we really want. We don't want to go ahead and just start dropping bombs. It's better to do it slower.
Yeah. Oh, it would lead by example.
Yeah.
To do a peaceful transition and force a democratic election, which we will influence as far as that being the process, not influence. Well, I'm sure we would influence the thing, but we're going to facilitate. It's like holding a fair fight.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm coming in with force. I'm gonna make y'all two fight fair. We come in with force and say, have a democratic election.
Well, and the thing is that they already had one. The other problem too, and you brought this up without knowing it, is that Venezuela has admitted to influencing the elections of over 70 countries around the world through their software stuff that they're doing.
Venezuela?
Yeah. Up. You shook your hand and then you yawned.
That was rather confusing.
The pen length I wanted to talk about. Keep going.
Okay.
Yeah. So that right there it's sort of like, hey, you guys, they bragged about the fact that they were able to influence the election of the United States. And it's very, very likely that the 80 million people that voted for Joe Biden, that massive turnout was very heavily influenced by the companies that they don't actually work for Venezuela. They're based in Venezuela. They work for the cartels.
Interesting.
So that right there is going to be, we're going to have to see what happens, but I don't think the Trump administration wants to start overusing combat power just yet. But if BMPs continue to be rolling down the streets and nothing is happening, the big one is going to be, nobody's going to like this, but it is absolutely true. Before Chevron will move back in there and retake over the wells and shit that they built, they want some guarantees about security.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So they have one or two options. They can go to guys like us and go, hey, would you guys go work security down in Venezuela for, $300 a day? Or they can ask for the 19-year-old paratroopers.
I'm sure they would love nothing more to assist in that.
Yeah.
All right. So I think we should move on to Iran as a topic because there's protests in Iran and then there's white people protests in America for Iran. I saw a video that compared the protests here with it looked like your standard protest, a bunch of fucking white people crying, and then it was a protest in Iran, and had to have been thousands of people in a
I got videos. Lewis has got them. So I went pretty deep on it.
Well, let's start off first.
Mhm.
Inform anybody that might be listening what happened with Iran.
So there's economic sanctions on Iran. There have been for some time. So when the Iranian regime started trading fire with the Israelis,
What's that mean?
I mean, they started fighting each other. They started trading
Like on
fire.
ground?
No, like they were
Missiles?
firing missiles at each other and bombs were dropping.
When did this happen?
That was
You
in
got to
June.
talk to me like I'm 5.
Okay, in June.
Okay.
Yeah, it was June. And then Trump basically sent in the B-2s and not nuked, but destroyed their nuclear facilities and their nuclear weapons facilities that were deep underground. That happened in June.
Yeah, he dropped that bomb.
Dropped the greatest bomb. It was a
Yeah.
beautiful bomb.
Yeah.
That one. First of all, I mean, we can go into this later, but ostensibly the reason why that happened was because what?
Ostensibly.
I
think he's already used that one, so it doesn't count.
Yeah, but it's still a real word. The reason why Trump went and did it was because Israel basically told him, hey, either you do it or we'll send a nuke to do it.
He threatened.
That's the rumor that's going. It's a rumor. It's going around.
Nuke Iran?
Yeah, like because they didn't have the capability for a conventional bomb to penetrate that deep into the ground and destroy the facility. So they just said, we'll just fire a fucking nuke at it. So either you go bomb it or we'll nuke it.
Why can't we just use a bomb other than a nuke?
We did use a bomb other than a nuke.
They don't have it.
Israelis
We
don't
have it.
have that
I
shit.
gotcha.
They don't even have an airplane that can carry it. The only airplane that can carry it is the B-2 stealth bomber. So
I mean,
maybe
what's the
B-52.
argument for just letting Iran and Israel have it out and staying the fuck out of it? Do we need to be involved?
Well, I would say that we don't, because one of the biggest allies that Israel could possibly have is the Iraqis. There's a lot of Iraqis that don't like Iran and would be more than happy to kick Iran out of Iraq.
Iraq's still a country? Is that a thing?
It's very much controlled by Iran right now.
Man.
I mean, it was starting to get that way when you and me left. And I mean, remember the EFPs that we were all fucking worried about? Those all came from Iran. The people that built, yeah. So
what's the deal with the protests?
so sorry
You're good.
the economic sanctions after Israel and Iran had that like 2-3 day like shooting contest. The sanctions ramped up. A lot of things like the Venezuela oil thing started like there was a lot of shit going on. And so they've got massive inflation in the United States, in Iran, to the point where, like, again, people can't buy food, people can't do anything. There's also the growing use of social media. And right now, the biggest thing, the biggest trend in Iran is girls dressed in Western clothing with makeup on, lighting cigarettes off a burning picture of the Ayatollah Khomeini. And it's like, it's fucking.
And he's in charge of Iran.
Yeah, he's the religious leader.
Okay.
So that's going around right now.
So essentially, the society in Iran is starting to realize how oppressed they really are.
Yeah, and part of this is on good old Elon, because
given those fucking little tidbits of Twitter. Hey, welcome to the Western world.
Yeah, he's been giving them.
You could dress like a whore.
He's been giving them free access to Starlink. So the Iranian regime has been jamming Starlink. Now I have a video that Kagan Dunlap dropped, so we're going to use his video and the reason why I want to use it is because he explains it very well, better than I could or really want to. So Lewis, if you look at your email, you'll see the first one that says Iranian Starlink. Do you know which video that is that you downloaded it? Did you?
I'm looking.
Crickets.
It's you downloaded the video. I gave you
What's that?
That's
noise?
crickets.
That was really weird. That sounds like your knee when you walk.
No. You know what it sounds like? What's that guy's name from Friday? Where he's on the bicycle.
Debo. When he's coming.
Is it your Instagram story?
Yeah. So but
Okay.
did you download it?
Yeah.
Or okay.
That's Lewis's brain right now.
Lewis is like, wait a second, wait. No, I downloaded
I'm
this.
keeping that one ready. I'm
Go to
keeping
your
that one ready.
downloads. And,
I have it right here. So
okay.
So shut up.
All right.
The 11th of January of 2026, Iran is experiencing a near total nationwide internet blackout that began on January 8th of 2026 amid the escalating anti-government protests that were triggered by the economic hardships, including high inflation and the complete devaluation of their currency, as well as rising food prices. And there's a bunch of like monitoring groups that are monitoring internet connectivity dropping to as low as 1% of normal levels across the entire country. But I've got some good news. There are some ways to get around this stuff. So if you know anybody that's in Iran right now that's trying to get connected to the internet, or you have any way of reaching people there is some limited and partial ways to potentially bypass or mitigate the regime's jamming of Starlink in Iran right now, because Starlink is the only way you're going to be able to get internet access at this moment. So here's what I've been able to find. The only practical workaround I could find, according to open source intelligence accounts, is if you have the Starlink app, you need to enable use Starlink positioning exclusively. So what you do is you go.
All right. Yeah, you only downloaded part of the video. You didn't download.
If you download it, I've noticed that it'll only download about a minute or 2 seconds of it.
So, I mean, you can, it's up in my story. You can watch the rest of it and go to his page, but you get the idea. Like they're jamming the internet, but there is a workaround. And so that's the first one. The second big crazy thing is that before the Ayatollah,
Rock and roller.
Ayatollah rock and roller.
Yeah, if only he was that cool. Before the Ayatollah, they had a Shah, which is like a king.
Yeah.
You know, remember
this is Persia we're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the longest.
By the way, the internet, like Google and places like that have changed the flag. When you try to put in the Iranian flag now to get the little emoji, it's back to the old flag, the old Persian flag with the lion on it. Yeah, I mean they're kind of trying to show their solidarity with these people, which is again why they're getting jammed and the internet's getting taken down.
I love it. I love the fact that another country can just get a window of the real world and be so motivated to fucking do this.
Yeah.
However, we're having how fucked our country is shoved in our face, and we're like, meh.
Yeah.
Well, ours is gone. Ours is the experiment's already run its course.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you have that much access to information that you start twisting information, putting out false information, and convincing people that everything is wrong and this is the other way to do it. So there's that way, which is everything we say is it. You can't look at anything else. We're here, and then you have our country, which is you don't know what the fuck AI is anymore. You don't know if it's real, if it's fake. You have no idea. So ours is run its course.
Our country is now focused on going back in history and figuring out what we were lied to. They're learning in real time what they're being lied to about currently.
In real time. Yeah.
We're now, so we just know we're lied to all day, every day. And now we're like, damn, dude, so you're telling me.
Can you imagine opening your phone and be like, dude, people are allowed to eat food. Like they can go out. They don't have to stay in that. Like, what is going on?
I mean,
it's like, can you imagine having that revelation?
It's not even that. It's like, hey, grandma used to wear a mini skirt to college and she never fucking told us because she was afraid she was going to get beaten with a fucking garden hose.
Oh, it's like that.
Yeah. It's still in living memory of like what it used to be when the Shah was in charge. Remember,
it was better then.
I mean, it was
better.
Yeah. I mean, it was.
Let me put it this way: mini skirts sound a lot better.
Yeah, it was.
Are they still under Sharia law?
I don't think they call it Sharia law, because they are. Let's be really clear. If you talk to anybody who's a Persian, they will tell you that they're not really Muslims. They use Islam for political control, but they're still Zoroastrian, which is another religion that originated in Persia. It's what Xerxes and all of those guys that fought the
Xerxes.
Yeah, you know him, bad guy. Yeah,
you got him.
Yeah, I mean, like, dude, I think it's really underplayed how intelligent you actually are.
You're the main.
Dude, I went to college for. So just so we're clear, when I went to college,
I just found out Xerxes was a real person 10 seconds ago.
Yeah, he really was.
This could all be fake, and I'd believe it.
I am a generous God.
Yeah, it wasn't quite that bad.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I really do think 300 was the best way to depict freedom.
Yeah,
in a theatrical way that's still tied into what people believed back then. Giant elephants.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but They only had stories. They only had stories. That's all they had.
Let me tell you my favorite. Since we're on the subject, let me tell you my favorite story.
Efron, thanks for the chat. And yes, I always have to tell him to explain it to me like I'm 5.
My favorite story is, and this was written by Herodotus, who wrote the histories, right? Which I have some issues with, because if everybody died at the Battle of Thermopylae, how do you have an eyewitness account of the Battle of Thermopylae?
It was the guy who talked like this.
Yeah,
he only had one eyeball.
There was a drone above it.
So yeah,
it was that.
He was a time
aliens.
traveler. But basically, a native Greek of Trachis, who was a sailor, was captured and pressed into service by the Persians. Remember, they owned pretty much, everything around that eastern part of the Mediterranean. So he gets captured, and he is press ganged into service to help him move supplies. He finally gets back. The Greeks are at Thermopylae, and he's like, guys, I fucking saw the Persian army. It's fucking massive. They've got fucking piles and piles of ammunition that I thought it was fucking hills, but no, it's just fucking lead shot and arrows. But the worst part was this: the Persian archers, in their practice, they would fire their fucking arrows into the air, and the arrows would block out the light of the sun. And this Spartan officer, Dionysius, said, "Good, then we'll fight in the shade."
That actually happened.
That is a real thing.
Weren't they doing some other things too when they looked over there?
Bro, they were, first off, a lot of fucking SWAT dudes will not hear this. The Spartans were gayer than AIDS.
Yeah.
They were very gay.
But Brent would no. It was more. You have more chance of getting Brent to believe that the moon landing was fake than to. Dude, he had that Spartan helmet over there. Like, it was like telling somebody Santa Claus wasn't real.
Dude, it was hard for me to accept that. But I mean, when I went and I looked at the history and I started getting into it, and it was like, so there's a oh God, I'm fucking, how am I drawing a blank on this? I've read like all of his books.
Maybe that's why you got too much going on.
I have too much going on in my brain, or either that or I'm just getting fucking old and I need to go on TRT to help my memory. But
save 20%.
Yeah. The guy that has written the most and has the most experience with the ancient Greeks was like, oh yeah. I mean, and I can absolutely go into detail about how gay they actually were, and it was very gay. It was very extremely
battle gay, right?
But it's not cool to think of them as gay, because we back
gay, or were they
different.
Were they gay, or just like nobody else was around?
It's alarming how you're classifying different.
No, I'm just wondering, was it prison gay, or was it like
there's a difference.
Okay, yeah, was it like,
so here's
I'm shooting arrows at
you. No, they were not flamboyant.
Okay,
they were all well. Who got fucked?
The gay guy.
The actual gay one.
So here's what happens. Okay, we're gonna use Lewis and Tyler.
Why?
Because it's a
You
good
pointed at me
example.
and said Tyler.
Or not Lewis and Tyler, Lewis and Mike.
Okay, cool.
So Mike is a much older veteran Spartan.
I was actually there. I was actually at the battle.
This is gonna end with something bad for you, Lewis.
Yeah, I think so.
So
I'm gonna faint.
Mike is getting up there. He's got 15, 20 years in the platoon. All right. Look,
I'm looking for a young boy.
Yeah, no, that it's not. Would you let me finish?
Sorry.
So basically, when you got sent to the Agoge, the Agoge was that's exactly
No
what it's
pun
called.
intended.
The Agoge, which the translation is the upbringing. When you went to the Agoge, you got sent there when you were 5. You were taken from your mom. You were taken. That's all
It's
true.
like harsh homeschooling.
No, you were taken and put in a platoon. You were put in a platoon with other kids your age, and
Like
you
a
were,
farm club for the Spartans.
No, like
infantry, like boot camp.
like boot camp, but high school boot camp lasts.
Like a really harsh homeschool.
You're not at home. You're taken from your home.
Sorry.
yeah.
my bad.
It's you
The
don't
word,
know.
the word home is in homeschool. The word home means at home. Jimmy's first statement was, "You were taken from your home."
So you
don't go
you don't see your mom. You don't really see your mom. You don't really see your dad. First of all, your dad's a Spartan, so you get to interact with him on maneuvers and stuff. But you are then given a mentor, an older Spartan, to help you along the way.
I just
Can't be a
realized
family member.
Anti-hero #1 fan used to be the Tyler's gay. He changed it. He went against
Sounds like
everybody's wishes.
This is going a lot like the Catholic religion here.
All right, keep going.
So Lewis is 5. I'm trying to try.
Yeah, you're good, man.
Lewis is 5. Mike is in his 30s. That's the homosexual relationship. It starts then.
Like they actually start physically touching them at 5?
Yes.
So that's why they're into men then, because they're traumatized.
The reason why was because they wanted your loyalty to be to the platoon, not to your wife, not to your kids, not to your mom and dad, to the platoon. That's what they wanted. And it was very, very harsh because ultimately your relationship with the platoon was about your sacrifice on the battlefield for the state. It was the ultimate state-run military.
How did they continue their bloodline?
So
did they go back home?
So here's what happened. So if you wanted to get, Tyler,
I'm brought into it now.
Yeah, Tyler, you find you are around 19. Heather is around 14, 15. Okay, and you think that she's hot. You've talked to her family. You want to be married to her. You have to kidnap and rape her. If she can fight you off, you're not getting married.
Are you serious?
I'm dead ass serious.
Is this real?
This is absolutely real. Wow, the silence.
That wasn't in the movie.
No, it was not in the movie.
Maybe that's what they mean by the oracles.
Dude, no, the oracles is something completely different.
I don't want to know about that.
Yeah,
this is getting bad.
All right, yeah, let's go back to Iran.
Like
off subject.
Yeah, so we got our history.
I think Lewis has got his videos up.
So yeah, so the next one, let me look here. We don't need to watch. We can. The Shah of Iran's son, he put out a video to his people. It's got subtitles, and of course, like we can play it, but like we're kind of an audio medium, so have it if you want it. But the big one is the Iranian protest. So you see the one that says Tehran protest, right? Lewis?
Yep.
That's the one I want you to play next.
He got it wrong. That's not it, Lewis.
No,
that's the Shah.
That's the one of the guy talking that he just said.
Oh man,
you were
okay. Well, I numbered it wrong.
You were right close. You'll get it tomorrow.
Okay.
That looks like a protest, Lewis.
That's the Tehran.
That looks like a concert.
Yeah,
or somebody just went to stand up.
New York, Wednesday.
Well, they're in the streets.
They're protesting.
Can you imagine
in Tehran
not ever having that happen and then having to deal with that? Like, how do you deal with that? You just gotta let it play its course. You can't kill that many people publicly.
Well, that's the. I mean, they're burning down police stations, and they're like.
Someone said in the chat that 500 Iranians have already been killed. I don't know if that's true. That's what the chat said.
That's not a bad estimate. We don't know because first of all, there's an internet blackout. Second of all, like we only know about the big places that we can kind of keep an eye on. God only knows what's happening out in the shit villages where I'm sure, people are, being sodomized by horses or something.
Oh boy.
Show Lewis what they did.
This is what happens when you get the video.
You get whipped.
All right, what other videos we got?
So that's the big one right there. The other one was, of course, the Shah of Iran's son, and we could play it, but I mean,
Right, so this isn't the Ayatollah.
No, so the Shah was the king.
Yep.
Okay, so think Shah, king of Iran, which Persia, was deposed, which means that he was kicked out of the country, by the Ayatollah Khomeini. Okay, and this is his son, who is basically saying. And I mean, I can read it in my best Persian accent. It's going to sound like Dale Earnhardt, but
like the guy who survived the 300.
Oh, okay. That's
like a pirate.
Farmir.
I'm telling you, that's what he sounds like.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
All right, let's see here. Once it comes up, I gotta hit it on.
Only one look back. Oh, we got to.
Yeah, that's what I said. There's subtitles. So,
all right, don't worry about it.
Yeah,
our audio listeners will get fucked.
Yeah, I mean, basically, what he's saying is, the there's a lot going on in Iran, and I'd really like to be Shah.
Hey, this is your time to shine, bro. Where's the Ayatollah during all this?
Hiding and planning to his escape to Moscow.
We could talk about this for hours, huh?
Yeah, I could go deep on it. No pun intended. We just talked about Spartans, and I'm.
I wasn't thinking it, but
well, dude, like I don't know, because like I mean,
Jimmy, stand up. Let's do an inspection. I'm just kidding, bro. I'm joking. Like you got a boner.
Oh,
okay. Sir, I like how he didn't even question me telling him stand up. Okay.
So,
sir, yes, sir. It's not a fucking birth permit.
Oh man, what a time to be alive. So, again, lots of military activity from the U.S. military. President Trump has said, like, "Hey, help's on the way."
He's telling the Iranian people that help's on the way.
Yeah,
aka saying
letters in the mail.
The Delta Force might come in and snatch somebody in the middle of the night.
We're on a roll, baby.
Yeah, so I mean, we're fucking like Pokemon, man. We got to catch them all. I think we start collecting them like trading cards. You know, we start getting 3 of them, and then maybe we can, I don't know, wheel and deal.
Yeah.
But the controversy is that guess who really wants us to help over there in Persia?
Israel.
Yes.
Oh, imagine that.
They really want
we keeping you awake, Mike?
No, good.
Okay.
I don't sleep anymore.
Dude, Friday, you guys were giving me a hard time about it too.
Dude, I can't fucking sleep. My fucking knee hurts so bad. It's miserable.
Yeah, and he's all natural too. No energy drinks, nothing.
Yes.
Yeah. I got my salt water.
Yeah, I'm about to go into the salt water too. Like we're all gonna do it. We're gonna go on a cleanse. So yeah, Israel definitely wants us to go over there and bring them some freedom. And I personally am of the opinion that we shouldn't give them fucking anything.
I honestly think that my juvenile mind that knows nothing about geopolitics says I'm okay with 20 dudes going there and snatching up the leader to let them do their thing. I think the country in general and everybody has learned we can lead a horse to water. We can't make them drink it.
We're not going boots on the ground.
Let them do their thing. If they burn the whole fucking country down and then start tribes and start over, fine, fuck it.
But where do we draw the line? Do we? Because obviously we don't like what China's doing. We're not going to go into China and snatch anybody up. So there's got to be an alternate.
Could we though? Is it possible?
That would be
awesome.
But I'm just saying, it's like, Venezuela, it's easy target. Where we're there 20 minutes and we were done. We were in and out.
Yeah, we're gonna go take someone's lunch money. I'm not gonna go.
We've been dealing with Iran for what, fucking 30 years?
Since when did you go into the army?
Yeah, 96.
Okay, so it
Contra
was
year?
Yeah, it was 88.
Yeah, Ali North and all that.
85
Yeah.
somewhere. I mean, like
So
in
it's
the
like,
80s.
If we could have done that then, why didn't we do it? Now we're gonna do it.
Well, I mean, here's the argument: is that Iran became as strong as they are because we fucking got rid of their only major competitor, and that was Iraq.
Well, here's the other thing too. I think that everybody kind of thinks Iran's this big bad country because they were bigger and better than Iraq, but it's still fucking Iran.
I mean, here's the thing: there's some of my friends that are dead because of fucking Iranians. That's a fact. You drove down the road.
Yeah.
Very, very concerned.
I almost went super dark though.
Why?
You said I have some friends that are dead because fucking Iranians, and I was like, your friends are fucking Iranians, but it was.
I have friends that are Iranian. Well, not friends. I have acquaintances that are from Iran. They're Persians, and I tell them all the time. It was fucking Quds Force in Sadr City that was killing a lot of American soldiers with those fucking EFPs. Fuck you.
Yep, they came straight from Iran.
And
is that where ISIS is held up majority nowadays?
No. ISIS is in and around Syria, which we got Syria airstrikes going on too.
I saw that first time since what, December?
Yeah. So we
took a break for Christmas.
We're back. Bomb everything, huh?
Why not, man? Who's gonna stop us?
Well, all the Dick Cheney's people are getting rich.
We're rolling up like we're fucking the Empire from Star Wars. Like fucking do something, bitch.
I get it, but
we'll send the Death Star.
We have a lot of money. I'll tell you that. That's where I was going to go with that other ICE conversation. How much money we're spending? It's just unlimited money
on ICE.
Yeah.
Well, so who said? Was it you that said they're sending 1,000 agents?
Yeah.
To where?
To Minneapolis.
Yeah.
1,000 ICE agents or 1,000 feds?
1,000. I think it's ICE agents.
And they just posted on their socials $50,000 signing bonus now. It came out today.
Dude,
$50,000 bonus to join ICE. The only thing that you have to worry about it, they can put you anywhere they want you. So if you're here,
so you're going to Minneapolis.
Yeah, you
pretty
can
much
end up anywhere. You can end up anywhere.
Well, they're deployed right now. Those guys are probably stationed all over the country.
Yes, but I'm saying you have no real pick of where you're going to be assigned. You're going to get put, new guys like
that's why I didn't go with the feds.
When the DA guys get hired, they usually end up in El Paso. Like
I didn't want to go. I didn't want to be at needs of the government. So
yeah, well, I've already played that game with the federal government. I have no desire to be. I don't want to be a pawn of the federal government, nor do I want to fucking turn.
Hey, yo, you could, Jimmy, in 6 months, you could be out there with a Titman 98, just fucking.
That would be awesome, dude. Like, I mean, fuck a Titman 98. Let's get a good one, man. Let's get like a.
Remember, what would they call it? Bushmasters?
Oh yeah.
Oh man, that sent me Spider Compact 2000.
Yeah. Get us a good electronic one with a good electronic trigger. So
Spider. Yeah. You got to go like this. You got to hold like this.
Yeah.
You got to go like this. Yeah, that's what you do.
Yeah.
Angel.
Yeah, dude, how awesome would that be? I mean, if they actually did it, like, why don't we just upgrade and just find a way to fire simunitions out of a fucking Ma Deuce and just really go after it? That would be less than lethal.
So the world
turns
is in crisis mode. There's just so much going on. Actually, I saw the coolest thing. Can you go to our Instagram, Lewis? I don't know why.
That's asking a lot.
Videos
that's asking a lot.
Me before?
No, it's in Instagram.
Okay.
That you have open in the other window, right?
Maybe.
Yep, right there. Now go to Tyler. Right there. Yep. Up, 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 up. Right there. That one there. It's a really cool video because it's just the most American thing I've ever seen. You have, I remember being an aspiring young man and I wanted to work for the government, do something, represent my community, my country. And in this video, you have Delta Force doing their practice runs.
I think this was the SIF. I think this was the SIF from 7th Group.
Oh, so they weren't involved?
Yeah, this video I think is the SIF from 7th Group.
What do they do? Oh, so they're not doing dry runs for Venezuela?
I don't think so. The information that I got was that this was the SIF. But I mean,
regardless, they're showing the
dope.
president in this bunker and they're letting him see what they're doing. I mean, maybe it was archive footage that they just randomly put a caption up. But then you have not only that, but then you have, you have Trump's Secret Service surrounding the bunker because that's another fucking badass job that you can be doing. Like when you work for the fucking U.S. government, you can do some really badass shit. I remember thinking like all of us though, we were the guys that were told to go out the day before and build the sandbag bunker.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I did awesome stuff. I really did.
Hey,
mission,
either that or we were the Op 4 that got fucking rickrolled by fucking Delta
Force. String this concertina wire 7,000 layers deep around this fucking.
Oh, Trump's not coming. Never mind. Take it all down.
Yeah. Hey, Private Hoover, we're gonna wrap you in bubble wrap. You're going over the fucking sea wire. We're all gonna run across you.
Yep. So play the video.
For the love of your country.
Daddy Trump, we got
and the gunfire stops.
But Secret Service is trained. He can't trust everybody, so he's also surrounded by a Secret Service.
Also moving racing to the target. They're going to suppress any remaining enemies and isolate the objective. Osborne is also
you that are watching. Oh yeah, sorry. It makes sense that this else, I don't think it's really out there now. Look at them on the rope, dude. They're coming down quick. That's definitely good call on letting our audio know.
It's a cool video.
So yeah, it's Trump. We'll have it up. You'll have it up on the story. Yeah, I'll put it up. Trump bunker watching this from what, half a mile away.
That looks like brag.
They've got Secret Service all watching. And I think what I'm gathering this from is that you'll always in your career, when you do some kind of service for your community or your country, you will always look at it and go, that guy's got a cool job. Yeah. And you'll never take in the fact that what you're doing is such an important piece in something. Like even local cops. I remember looking like feds, like, man, that's cool. But then there's all kinds of people looking at you going, that would be a cool job to have. And feds going, man, these guys actually go out and fight crime all day long. I'm a fed. You know, it's like everybody's got this thing where like that would be a cool. No one's ever satisfied with their job.
Not only that, it's like I look at some of those jobs, like how do you even get that job? How do you apply for that job?
Yeah,
like all these wild ass jobs. It's like how do you know you're a kid, you grow up. It's like how do you get to that job? Like where's the path for that?
Yeah,
seems like a lot of luck and a lot of knowing people.
Yeah.
You know, like do your research, and I mean, look, like even the guys that end up in these like special mission units, I mean, like those guys work exceedingly hard to be average, surrounded by their peers. Yeah. So you can go like, man, they're doing the coolest shit. And it's like, yeah, but like they are busting their ass every day. It's not like even being a athlete, you know, playing sports where you get an off season. There's no fucking off season for some of these people, and it will grind your ass down.
But if you look at it, you trust the process. You know, look at us. We were all in jobs and occupations that gave us the credibility to inform and entertain.
Yeah.
And look at us now. We're all heavily devoted to this. Much like, I mean, you could have told me in the Army you could be SF. Okay, well, you got to do this. Not that devoted. Law enforcement, you could be this guy. You could be the Marshal Task Force. For me, I was like, not that devoted. I started doing something like this. I'll give everything I fucking can.
And there's the difference, right? Is that you've got to find that piece, that, you know, that drive within you. I mean, when I first joined the military, like that's what I wanted to be. I wanted to be, you know, on a special mission unit. Very quickly, I learned two things. Number one, I knew a guy who ended up there, and I saw how committed he was, and I was like, yeah, I don't want to run up the mountain the day after we come back from a 3-week field problem in the mountains. I want to fucking drink beer and eat pizza and play fucking Xbox. Number two, I was very happy doing what I was doing at that moment.
And it's obviously maturity levels. I think when I was in infantry, I would like Ranger school. I was just, I wasn't interested. I would have been better off going to Ranger school at 40.
Oh yeah.
Mentally, physically, different mindset. I joined the Army and I was like, I like the job. It was cool, but it's like, I like what I'm doing. Like, I don't want to go do all that. Like, you know, it's like, I'm here.
I mean,
and then as I got older, I was like, damn, now I wish I could go back. Like I have the maturity and the physical and dedication and mindset now to go, hate that word. And, to go do it. So I'd have been better in Ranger school at 40 than I would have been at 20.
I have said that something very similar, that like, if I could put this brain in that body, if I could put this brain in that body, because at the time when I was in my early 20s, I wasn't as mature, especially with dealing with long-term prolonged suffering, you know,
as opposed to the Spartans who were like, I want to put this brain in that body.
Yeah, I want to, exactly. You know, I mean, it's not
a good ending at the front of the show.
You know what we're gonna have eventually one day is like structure.
No.
And I say that like, you know, we're at the one, but like, you know, if we're ever like, hey, we have to be done 2 hours, but we have to make it to 2 hours. And so like we're gonna have like a clock that count down so we can like wrap it up.
Do all that extra stuff?
No.
Okay.
I'll have Lewis have an assistant.
Before I go, I want to touch on the ice.
Paul Cartledge. That was his name.
I got that on my knee.
I was just saying,
Paul Cartledge. Bad. What do you think ICE surveillance budget? What do you think ICE spent this year?
$4 billion.
How much on ICE this year?
Surveillance.
$300 million.
$28.7 billion for the year 2025
for just surveillance.
Damn.
And they are expected to spend triple that, 56.25 billion more over the next
That's
3
billion
years.
with a B.
Billion
people.
with a B. What they're doing is, this is where I went with this, is my buddy works for a company, and one of the open source companies got the freedom of information stuff, and ICE is tracking, when we talk about the government, they're tracking everybody's phones in cities without warrants, without any other. They know we're buddies. They know who we are. They're watching our phones, and we're wanted immigrants, and they're moving. They're monitoring entire neighborhoods.
You remember how they concluded Batman: The Dark Knight?
Yeah.
With
Nobody
that
should have this.
software?
Nobody should have this.
But that stuff is not a fiction of the imagination.
No, it's real.
Does that make sense? What was I trying to say? Figment of the imagination.
That
concept and those strategies and those tools are 100% there. It might not be a 47-inch big screen TV with one black man running it all. What was his name?
Lucius Fox.
Lucius Fox. I don't know why his race had anything to do with that. I sound like Mike, but
rubbing off. But so think about it. We think, okay, you need a search warrant. Everybody, social media and phone surveillance system. ICE bought access to is designed to monitor a city, neighborhood, or block for mobile phones, track the movements of the devices and their owners over time, and allows them to follow them from their place of work to their home or other locations. So that's all being done warrantless and openly.
America.
I was just getting ready to play it, dude. I was gonna Google it, like America.
That's a pros and cons, dude. We have a very secure and safe country, but and I know fucking people will come after me like, you want to give up your freedoms for your safety, but at the end of the day, I'm not committing crimes, so I highly doubt that they care about the anti-hero broadcast. Like, let's let it be known they're going to talk about Iran. We can, what do we?
I mean, if
I don't even think.
I mean, you could make the argument that even though we do criticize the current administration pretty heavily, I mean, we don't pull any punches with Trump. That they probably would look at us and go, "Those guys are actually our friends."
Yeah, for sure.
And think about, one of the arguments I heard was, well, they're not citizens; they don't have any rights.
You
can't tell me it's just non-citizens that are being monitored.
My argument to that is, if that's true, then we should be able to turn the Delta Force and the military intelligence community loose.
Because they have no rights.
They have no rights.
Just think about it. But think about that concept. Your government, right here, can track everything about you.
How is that a new concept?
It's not, I'm just saying, people don't think about that. We watch all this stuff and all these distractionary blows on the media. You got Iran and everybody running down the street, but we talk about rights, freedom. You don't. We're not. Are we as free as we say we are?
No, of course
we'll leave that as the question of the day. So tomorrow is Patreon Tuesday. Patreon Tuesdays are exclusively, it's the same thing, but it's only for Patreon members. So if you can, go to our Patreon, subscribe to it. And we didn't mean for it, but the discussions were a little bit more off the cuff. I'll launch another teaser reel that kind of like talked about what we talked about last Tuesday, but it is only for Patreon members. You can listen to it later on the audio side if you want, but to be a part of it and everything, we need you to join the Patreon. That's what helps keeps the lights on. That's what helps pays these fuckers' salaries. That's what helps pay my salary. So Patreon is very important, and we like to award people with, things like that. So it's Patreon Tuesday. If you don't want to join the Patreon, we'll be back with Friends Day Wednesday.
We're going to live stream Mike's surgery from the fucking operating room.
Yeah. I don't know what's going to happen. I got an MRI tomorrow night and then follow up. We're always giving stuff away during the show. I gave away a bunch of stickers and patches last week.
Did you actually send it?
I did.
It
got there before yours.
Yeah, shut up. All right. Well, we'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully, on Patreon Tuesday. If not, we will see you Wednesday, 11 a.m. And Patreon Tuesday is also 11 a.m. live, but we'll see you 11 a.m. for Wednesday Friends Day. Thanks, guys.
Later, boys.
V team for life.